And that's just a nice way to start. It takes pressure off the low back. Gives some support. And it's actually taking the knees in on each other, in on your block, takes the hips inward. And we're going to move the hips. We're going to move everything from the hips to the head, do a little balancing, all that good stuff. But just starting in stillness, starting in rest, because we've probably been moving. If you're like me, been moving since about 6:30 this morning, and sometimes putting the brakes on can be challenging. I will do that, Kathleen. Thanks. Kathleen has a friend she's practicing with, so that's kind of cool. Carol. Hey, Allison. And we'll go the opposite way. We're going to take the soles of the feet together, let the knees go wide. I'm going to go onto my mat because I think everything's working. I was saying earlier, Allison, that Zoom was being finicky, and it's because I didn't update my operating system, but I don't want to update my operating system. So if something does happen during class, does someone give me a chat? Hi, girls. My neighbor's granddaughters are saying hello. So we're in cobbler's pose, and you can adjust. You can pull the heels in. You can move the feet away. And yesterday was August 1st. And I always on the first day of the month, I ask my students to set an intention, which I did yesterday. But I forgot to read my reflection, which I thought was so good, because this practice of yoga is definitely something that gets us out of our comfort zone. I mean, think of your first yoga class. If you were like me, I was very adverse to going to yoga. And then finally, just to quiet my best friend, I went with her one class, loved it, still remember that class, and here I am, like, over 10 years later, probably 15 years later. So she sent me this because she always teases me about that, dragging me to yoga. Now look at me now. It says, a comfort zone is a beautiful place, but nothing grows there. So we definitely, to grow, to develop, to move forward in life, we've got to get out of our comfort zone. And this is a good place to do it. These poses can be challenging. It can be a little odd. Plant the feet, ankles in line with knees, knees in line with hips, and let's do a little core work. Take the hands behind the head, elbows wide. Exhale, lift head and shoulders. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. We're going to keep this going, moving slowly, moving with the breath. Try not to draw the elbows together. So you want this all to be the core. And then once you lower the head down, release the hands. Bring the arms beside you, palms down. Ground yourself on the mat. So it means your back is not arched. With the arms beside you, palms down, we're going to take the feet 2 inches off the floor. And 2 inches, remember, it's like 2 paper clips. It's small. It's not a big distance. Plant the feet. And do that again. Take the feet a couple inches off the floor, holding and hovering. Feet come down. And again, lift up, hold the feet above the floor, holding here for 3, 2, One, and then lift up. Take the shins so they're parallel to the floor. Flex the feet. You have knees in line with hips, ankles in line with knees. Flex the feet. Hands come behind the head. Elbows are wide. And same thing, we're grounding the back on the mat. Exhale, lift head and shoulders. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Same thing, elbows are broad. It's all the core. No hands lifting. Maybe even flex the feet, engage the legs a little more. Once you lower the head down, release the hands, arms are beside you, palms down, take the feet straight up towards the ceiling. And we're gonna go 10 full breaths here. Flex the feet, and then point the feet up towards the ceiling. Hold there, but don't hold the breath. Pull the toes back. Point the toes away. Bring the toes back towards you. One more time, point the toes away. Flex the feet, reach the fingers up, dead bug. Palms are facing each other, like you're holding this ball in between your hands, imaginary ball. Lift the head, hold here for 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Once you lower down, we're gonna plant the feet again. Walk the feet back, so you have ankles in line with knees. You have space between the feet. They're lined up with the hips. Arms are back beside you, palms down. Bridge pose, lift the hips. If you lift up, don't clench any muscles, just come straight up. Don't dig the toes in. Exhale, lower down. And again, lift up, bridge pose. Lower down. This time, when you lift up, work the elbows towards each other. Hook the shoulders. You can interlace the fingers and pull the hands towards the feet. Lower down. Once you lower down, take a moment to pause. And then we're going to bring the right knee in to take the foot up towards the ceiling. Flex the foot. Arms come back beside you, palms are down. And we're in our one-legged bridge again. Or one-legged bridge for the first time, I should say. This is more for the glutes than the back, but it also is working on back strength. Lower down. Once you lower down, let's take the ankle over the thigh. Hands behind the head, interlace, elbows wide. Rise and twist left elbow to right knee. Inhale, lower. Exhale, rise and twist left to right. Buster, you gotta lay down, buddy. Keep going, take a few more. Good boy. And then once you lower down, come into recline pigeon. Pull that left leg in. Have the fingers around the shin. Or if you want to take the leg straight up, take the leg straight up and bring the fingers interlaced behind the thigh. Make sure that right knee's moving away as you're pulling the left leg in. Plant the left foot. Stay with the ankle over the thigh. Arms are wide, palms are up. And we're going to twist. We're going to take the right foot over to the left. You're going to go wide with the arm. And when you go wide with the arms, turn the head to the right if that's okay with your neck. Through center. Once you come through center, pull over to the right. You can turn head left. And you're using that right foot to pull yourself into the twist. Come back through center, plant the right foot. You're going to bring the left leg in. Take a moment to pull the thigh against the stomach, and then you'll bring the leg straight up, flexing the foot. Arms are beside you, palms are down. Lift up, try to lift up without clenching the glutes. Lower down. Once you lower down, ankle over thigh. We're going to bring hands behind the head. We'll do our last little bit of core work here. Elbows wide. Rise and twist right to left. Inhale, lower. Exhale, rise and twist. Inhale, lower. Keeping this going. Let's do 3 more. I think that should balance us out. And once you lower down, let's come into reclined pigeon and take it the same way you took it on the first side. So you can bring fingers around shin, or if you want to extend the right leg up, your fingers behind the thigh, flexing the foot. Placing the right foot down, the ankle stays over the thigh. Arms are wide, palms are up, and we're going to twist to the right, turn my head left. And you have the option. The foot could be on the floor. It could be on a block. If you want to amp it up a bit, you're hooking the foot around the leg. That might be a little too much. Take it through center and go the opposite way. Counter twist. Over to the left, turn head right. Come back through center. Pull the left knee in. Fingers are around the shin once again. Flex the left foot. Right leg's long. And you're going to flex both feet 3 times. Lift the right foot 2 inches off the ground. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Lower down. Flexing the right foot. Keep the heel down. Lift the head, tucking round. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. This time you're going to lift. If you want to come into the full version of the pose, lift the right leg. Okay, and then come down as you exhale. I suppose you really have to focus on the breath because it's challenging. Right hand, right hip, left knee goes to the side. Just open up that hip for a moment. You can do some circles. Get that ball and socket joint going, get the flexibility going the opposite way. Bring the knee through center. Right knee comes in and we'll lengthen the left leg. Go right into the opposite side. Flexing the feet. Leave the head down 3 times. Lift left leg. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. You want to feel this in the low belly. Exhale, lower. Lift up again. Lower down. Lift the head, tuck and round. Lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, head goes back down. One more time. Lift up, lift up. And if you want it the full version, lift the left leg, keeping the feet flexed. Keep a steady breath. Lower down. Once you lower down, left hand is on the thigh, right knee to the side. And guide the knee. So you're moving the hip in its full circular motion, all directions. Come back to center. Pull both knees in. Lifting the head, you're going to tuck and round, nose towards the knees. Nice lengthening of the spine here. Lower the head down. Keep the ankles, keep the knees in line with each other. Arms are wide, palms up. Keeping your face straight up towards the ceiling. Or if you're outside the sky, actually a perfect summer day today. Take the knees over to the right. Not all the way down though. Inhale back through center. Exhale over to the left. Inhale center. And we're going to keep going back and forth. Do one more. And then you're going to take the knees through center, back to the right, option to turn the head left into a tight spinal twist. Come back through center and we'll go to the left, turn the head right. I just realized I didn't teach this class yesterday, so I did not ask you to set an intention for the month. So I'm glad I did read that reflection. Come back through center, grab your strap, plant the left foot, put the strap around the ball of the right foot. You're going to take the foot right up towards the ceiling. Yeah, if you don't have a strap, you could use a bathrobe belt, a necktie, scarf, dog leash. Pull back a little bit. So I also didn't get to share with you my my weekend. Take the leg over to the right. You could extend the left leg long. If you do that, flex the foot. So my son was moving Saturday, and he has been refinishing the floors in his house. Or he did refinish the floors himself, which was quite admirable because if you've ever done it, it's not an easy thing to do. Come back to center. So you're to pull the carpet, the padding, fix the floors, take it over, cross the body, turn the head to the right, and stand and do the finish, do the whole kit and caboodle. So his fiance is in a residency, which means she works many hours. So this move, she was no part of. Thursday, he calls me and asks if I can come on Friday and help him pack up their apartment. Come back through center. Take the feet and drop the elbows down. My initial answer was no. My kids have moved a lot. One of my kids moved 9 times in 10 years. So then his sister calls, take the legs wide, come into a V shape. I want you to move a little side to side. So you're putting some pressure on the back, stretching the inner part of the legs. And she said, Mom, he's got people lined up to help on Saturday and they have not packed one thing. So normally this would make me mad, but knowing their situation, she's like, what are you going to do? So I went over there 8 hours on Friday. I am quite the expert packer, just to let you know. Take the feet in just because of sheer repetition. Come into Happy Baby. Got them all, helped him pack so that they were ready for Saturday to have everyone help move, which I did not do. That I was not doing. And then worked up north on our house all weekend. Monday, went to get out of bed. It took effort. I was so sore. But 2 dogs staring at you ready for breakfast, you gotta get out of bed. Whether you like it or not, take the feet up, drop the right foot down, left foot stays in the strap. And if you want, keep that foot planted to give the back support or straighten the right leg. Yeah, we have one room in the house that has a rug. Everything else is wood. So I went into that room because I just didn't even want to put the effort into putting my yoga mat down. And I went through some of these poses. It probably wasn't even 10 minutes. Take the leg over to the left. Don't come off the mat. You can even root yourself with the right hand. And that time was amazing. I was renewed. I was ready to move. It was a nice reminder, even for me, that this practice these poses, they all have purpose. I was still sore, but I felt so much better. I was ready for the day. Come back through center, cross over, turn the head to the left. Come back through center one more time. Let's take both feet in the strap and come down into Happy Baby. And if you can reach the bottoms of the feet, let go of the strap. But if the head, the shoulders, or the tailbone are coming off the mat, then use the strap. It's a nice place to get a little leverage. Pull the knees in. Lift the head, tucking around. Lower the head down. And we're just going to come onto our side, either side, fetal posture. Bring the hands under the face, close the eyes, tuck chin to chest. Do that inventory of the body, noticing how you feel, noticing where the energy is. Any areas of the body you need to be mindful of. We're going to come up to seated. Once you're there, though, since we are on our back a long time, close the eyes, drop the hands on the knees, palms up. If you could see what I'm seeing, Buster is laying in front of me and he's listening to everything I say. He's trying to figure it out. With the eyes closed, take a breath in and think about your posture. You have head over heart, heart over hip, chins parallel to the floor. With the eyes closed, turn the head to the right. You're trying to stretch out the neck. Come back through center, turn the head to the left. Back to center, right ear towards right shoulder. Leave the left shoulder where it is. Straighten the head, will go left to your left shoulder. Straighten the head, arms wide, palms are down. Twist right, grab the right knee with the left hand, shift the gaze. So one more twist here. Come back through center, arms wide, palms are down. Left hand down, grab left knee with right hand, shift the gaze. Come back through center, bring arms up overhead. Palms together, look up towards the hands. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Keep the palms pressing together. Twist right, look over the right shoulder. Back through center, twist left. Gaze is over left shoulder. And coming through center, tuck in round. Palms are still pressing together. Pull the belly towards the spine, chin towards the chest. Inhale, arms up, reach up towards the ceiling. And then you're gonna fold over the legs, walking out. Far forward as you can go. You can always put your hands or your forearms on your block. Rise up, and you're gonna change the cross of the legs. Switch up the cross of the legs. Bring the arms up overhead, palms face each other. Right hand down, left arm up and over for a side extension. And let's move with the breath here. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, over to the left. Inhale, arms up. Take it to the right. And back through center, reaching up. Left side. One more time on each side. Maybe go a little further. You can bend into the elbow on the hand that's down. Look towards the arm that's up and overhead. Back through center. Reach up, spread the arms out wide. Look up and behind for a little low back bend. Fold forward. Walk the hands out. Take a few breaths here on the palms. You can come down onto the forearms. Bring yourself onto your hands and knees. Come onto your hands and knees in table pose. Once you're in table pose, the back is flat, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. I'm going to grab a little water. And then take yourself through cat-cow. 2 more movements of the spine, moving from the tailbone right to the tip of the head. So you'll drop the belly, shift the gaze, tuck and round. This should feel good. These are 2 movements that if you drive a lot or if you spend a lot of time in front of a computer, that beneficial. Keep going. Come into a neutral table. In neutral table, we're going to thread the needle. So if the arm's restricted, take the arm out in front. If you want to open up the chest, take the right arm out to the side. And then bring it through. Right shoulder, right side of the face, come down. And you have option to. You can stay right here. You could slide left arm out in front, or you might dial it around the low back. You could extend the left leg with the toes curled under. And if you want to get out of your comfort zone, maybe you're going to lift that left leg. And hold on to it, but don't hold the breath. Knee is down, left hand's down. Breath in to bring the right arm back up or out in front, and we'll switch sides. Come back into your table pose, left arm out in front or to the side, and let's bring it through. Whatever variation or modifications you did on the first side, do on this side. It might not feel the same, it might not work out the same. Knees down, right hand down, left arm comes up on an inhale. Place the left hand down, and we'll go into puppy pose. We'll bend into our low back. You're gonna walk the hands as far forward as you can go. Pull the face, pull the chest towards the floor, bend into the low back. Come up onto your hands once again. Turtle shell, knees together, hips sink back, tops of the feet are down. You could grab the bottoms of the feet, maybe put a little pressure on the bottoms of the feet, moving side to side. Rise to table. Then once you're in table pose, we're going to take the right leg out behind, flex the foot, step the foot outside right hand. We'll start there with both hands inside the foot. Come on to the outer edge of the right foot if you want a little bit bigger stretch. Plant the right foot, work the foot inside the hand. Come up onto the fingertips. It's closer to the right hand though. Shift back, half monkey god. Sinking back, heel is down, toes up. Lunge back in, left hand is down, right arm comes up, dragonfly twist, grounded dragon. You could take the right hand behind the low back, look over right shoulder. Re-extend the right arm up, place the hand down, lift the left knee up, coming into a lunge here, pressing the heel towards the floor. Left heel towards the floor. And then from here, coming into standing splits, move into the pose. But you're gonna walk the hands out, press the palms in, lift the right heel. This is good for the sciatic. Heel down, walk the hands back, left foot next to right, forward fold. Just gonna grab the elbows, move a little bit, swaying. Drop the fingertips down to the floor or put them on your block if you need to bring the floor up. Breath in, lift up, peek forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift, you're peeking forward. Fold back in. And then again, lift up, peek forward. Fold back in, plant the hands, come to plank pose. And we're gonna stay in plank for a few breaths. So if you need your knees, you use your knees. You wanna hold that plank shape. A little bending in the elbows, looking at the floor in front of your mat. Lower onto the knees, lift the toes, come onto your belly. Once you're on your belly, make sure the legs stay straight behind. We'll do a few different back bends. The first one, hands under shoulders, elbows in, chin down. Lift head, lift shoulders, lift chest. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lifting up, peeking forward. Lower down. If you want to lift higher, slide the hands back, still keep the elbows in, and we'll lift up a little higher. We're going to do this for 3 full breaths. Lower down. Go into turtle shell. Hips to heels, top of the head down. Moving side to side, that pressure on the belly. Hopefully you're heading to lunch after this. I know I am. Let's come up to table once again. This time, curl toes, take the knees a few inches off the floor to hold and hover and build that strength. Lower down, we're gonna go into toe breaker pose. So always there's options. You could shift back, just put some weight onto the heels, or sit back onto the heels. Once you're back on the heels, maybe curl the toes under. And no, nothing's permanent, because this is not a good pose. What's a good pose? It's not a fun pose. How about that? We're going to take the pressure off the feet, coming back into table pose, and then lifting. Roll, point, flex, whatever movement helps to get that blood flowing back through. Curl the toes, lift the hips, down dog. Let's take 5 full breaths here. Look at the center of the mat. Pull your chest towards the thighs. If you want to move the neck a little bit, you can move the neck. Lower onto the hands and knees. Big toes together, knees wide. Sink back into child's pose. Walk the hands forward. If you press the palms in, you'll notice the elbows might come right off the mat. Very active child's pose. Rise to table. We're going to take the left leg out. Bring those toes down, a little pressure to push back, stretch the back of the left leg. Lift the leg, stepping left foot outside left hand, scoot the right knee back. You can come onto the outer edge of the left foot. Plant the foot comes inside the hand, but you're closer to the left hand. Left arm up on an inhale, grounded dragonfly. Lower the hand on the fingertips, sinking back into half monkey god. Lunge into that left leg, plant the hands, lifting the right knee. Give it a moment just to push the right heel towards the floor. Standing splits. And then we're walking the hands out, lifting the left heel. Standing splits with a purpose. The sciatic nerve. Heel down, right foot next to left, forward fold. Take a breath in, lift up halfway, peeking forward, fingers on the shins. The back is flat like a table. Fold back in. We're going to take the feet a little wider than the hips, angle the toes out, sinking into a yoga squat. Pressing the palms together, you get a little pressure on the knees with the elbows. Maybe you're sitting on a block or 2 blocks. And then you're going to come onto your mat. Once you're on your mat, soles the feet together. Make sure you're in the middle of the mat. You could hook the toes or walk the hands over the feet. You could also slide the hands under the shins, grab the toes from the outside. This is going to give you a nice stretch in the low back. It might be too intense and then you back off. Rise up, plant the feet, arms out in front, palms are facing each other. You're using the core to come onto the back. Support yourself. If you need to bring the hands behind you, bring the hands behind you to support yourself. Moving, moving slow. Once you're on your back, you're going to take your block, lift up, put the block under the base of the spine at the tailbone. If you don't have a block, you can grab a thick book and put a towel over it. And then stay here or extend the feet to the corners of the mat. Legs are straight, arms out to the side, slightly out to the side, palms up. And if you know this is not your pose of choice to spend in Shavasana, feel free to pick another pose. If you need to get some energy flowing, go and put your legs up the wall if you'd rather be there. We are going to find our well-deserved rest. Time to rejuvenate. To give ourselves time to rest and to be still when we are not sleeping. You're welcome to stay in Shavasana if you would like to spend longer. Walk the feet back if you did extend the legs. If you have a prop underneath you, take it out. Hold the knees in. Back onto your side. Up to seated, just like we did at the beginning. And then once again, give yourself a moment here just to sit, to be grounded. Bring hands to heart center. Breath in through the nose. Let it go out the mouth. Awesome work. Namaste. Well, thank you, everyone, for coming on class. I will see you tomorrow. I thought today was